It's okay. Let's just see what happens here. It doesn't feel right. What are you feeling?
Trapped again.
Mm-hmm. Who is trapping you here?
Well, whoever built this.
Mm-hmm. Let's see who built this. Asking them to come forward. Seeing clearly who built this trap.
It's grays again.
Do these grays look like small grays or taller? What do they look like?
Yeah, I've seen taller, with bigger heads, and more. Something more menacing about them.
More menacing. Mm-hmm. And why is it that they would want to trap the souls here in this place?
They want the energy.
They want the energy. How is it that they take and use this energy?
They use it to power a larger project, a larger planet.
To power a larger planet. Does the planet that they're powering with this energy feel familiar to you?
Yes and no.
What were you going to say?
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. Okay. Well, let's see what happens next here. After you get trapped inside of this ship, what happens to you?
We're placed into Reincarnated.
Can you say that again, please?
Reincarnated as humans. More of a human form.
Okay. Very good. Tell me about the human form that you are incarnated into. Is this your current life or a different life?
Current life.
Mm-hmm. Did you get to choose this life or did they choose it for you?
They chose it.
They chose it. Mm-hmm. Any insight into why they chose this specific lifetime for you?
Distraction, I guess. I wouldn't remember.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Distractions, so I wouldn't remember.
What was it that they didn't want you to remember?
Just the whole enslavement from before that led to them trapping that my energies and planet.
Mm-hmm. How is it that they made you forget about that? How does that work?
Just life. Physical, being physical.
Being physical here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Was there a memory wiping process, or was it just coming into the physical body?
Just coming into the physical body and
Mm-hmm.
something about that. It's a distraction.
It's a distraction. It makes you forget?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, why would they want to make you forget?
So they can do it all again.
Mm-hmm. So they can do it all again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Avian keeps coming to mind. I don't know what that name is. But
Avian. Tell me more about this. What does this mean?
maybe my name or where I was.
Mm-hmm. Let's sink deeper into this. Asking for the divine self to fully connect now. Fully connecting with the divine self. I'm asking, what does the word avian mean to Jesse? Why is that important?
That's what I was before.
That's what you were before.
Yeah.
Was this your race? Avian race?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And tell me why it was important for us to see this lifetime today.
It has everything to do with the desires and strong longings of this life.
I'm sorry, can you?
It has a lot to do with the desires and longings in this life that I feel.
Tell me more about that.
The desire for ease and community like we had on the other planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How else has this lifetime as the avian been influencing you in the here and now?
Escapism through drugs and then wanting to astral project and trying to escape.
Trying to escape. Yeah. What else is important for us to know about this life and how it's influencing you now?
just that we're stronger than we think.
Mhm.
And none of this really can hold us.
Mhm.
Illusion.
Mhm. So how can you make sure that you don't get tricked again into going to the wrong place upon exiting the body?
That I don't know.
Just want you to hold there for a moment while I check in with Karen. What are you noticing, Karen?
Well, when we were connecting, I was like seeing this really narrow, like underground tunnel or something like that that led to these doors at the base of what felt like those rock things that he was explaining or what he saw. Not sure if we landed in the same place, but I was also seeing like several like same type energies and beings. But my impression of them was that whatever was being made here or harvested or whatever it was are all him. They're all parts of his like split souls that are put in these bodies. And I thought it was interesting that one of the parts that you connected to was like a security guard, because I felt something similar there, but it's him who's holding them hostage. He's holding himself hostage. Or securing this space. So there was a lot of parts. I also felt like inner children and cages, different like types of beings, like weird ones that I've never seen before either, like that are here. But it's like they take the consciousness and they put them in here. It's his consciousness. And then he's the one who's in charge of like securing it. I also went into his back part and I was also seeing, what's it called? That thing that was along his back. It felt like it was coming in from about L2 to L4. No, T2 to T4, all the way down to L4. And it had like these tentacle type things, very thin, like spaghetti. And they have like these beads, but at the end of them, it's also like how he described that a bracelet thing, like it shoots out like an electrical type thing at the bottom of these tentacle things. So I had removed all of that out and I had like done some other energy work just to, you know, kind of stretch out or open up any stuck energies in like certain cavities or whatever. And so he's like receiving the intervention. And yeah, I went and like kind of like took the kids out of the cages and kind of brought them with me to like where we bring them to the healing temple, like to go. I felt like they were trapped there, like as if they were going to take their consciousness and to put them into, let's say, a being so that they can forget and get lost. So that way he's just fractured everywhere or held imprisoned in this rocky, what do you call it? Like it felt like a facility or something like that.
So you're saying
planet as well. I do feel it is off planet. I was getting like more of an orangey feel to it. I was going through all the planets and feeling through it. It felt like almost Marsy. I don't know if it's Mars per se, but it something like that.
Yeah. It felt like that to me too, something similar.
Okay.
So you're saying that they fractured his consciousness off into all these different parts.
Mm-hmm.
And they're using them to harvest from.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also using him to then police his own parts.
Right. Which is why he also, like, when you asked him, like, do you feel like this is, and he's like, no, I don't want to do this type thing. It's like there's an like a knowing, but it's like, again, because of the split, is unable to kind of put it together.
That's why when he left that body, all of his parts came with him and merged into that trap.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, and I feel like as if that contraption that was in his back, like the spaghetti stuff, may have held those the parts. And it's like like I said, the beads that were on it felt like as if it's relative to the soul parts. Like as if they go there, like, and then he brings them wherever, and then they split again, or they do that electrical impulse thing and they separate again.
So the electrical impulses were made to fracture the consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you, Jesse?
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Okay. So how do we go about retrieving all of these fractured aspects of consciousness? Mm-hmm.
Well, I had already begun the process of sweeping up that underground space wherever we were at. Grabbed the children and brought them to the healing temple with where he was, like where I was doing like the back surgery and all that stuff. So they're receiving intervention also, like with the goal to reintegrate. The other parts that I saw, like the other, I feel like as if they make, like how he was saying that I guess the Greys or whatever, like they make them do the work. They can't really come down, but yeah, it's like the word that was coming through was like, yeah, it was like suspended, like animation or something like that. They're up there and they're making them do things down there, creating these bodies. I see that sometimes that they, like the beings, they power down. So they don't even, it's like it's like a switch that turns off. And then it turns back on again. And then they're animated. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of like clones too. Like how they would do, like how I see clones and how they get animated. Just with a sliver of the consciousness. But we can just call them all back, like calling like all splits across all the time and space and multidimensional reality to come back.
Any insights into that, Kara? Anything that came through around that soul trapping mechanism?
Which one?
The one where they went into that planet sphere.
I just feel that's where it gets contained. It was weird because the way that I saw it was like, let's say I saw the planet and that had, you could open up the top and inside were like these, those glass things that scientists put in.
Test tubes?
Like this. Yes. I feel like this is just where they do their experimentations, or they keep their whatever they're experimenting on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I blew it up.
Okay.
It's like, you're going to retrieve it anyway, so we'll just blow it out. With the intention of, if there are other energies that are there, to go back to their rightful owner.
Well, that place that we saw reminded me of our moon here on Earth. And I'm wondering if our moon is a similar soul trapping technology.
Mm.
Yeah, like the harvest moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably because, like, when I see it like that, or I connect to it, like our moon, like the different phases of the moon are the different new moons, or whatever the case is. They're different filters for different rituals and whatnot.
Mm.
What do you sense on that, Jesse?
Yeah, they have the same feel.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the magnetic pull and the something about its energy. It's
Mm-hmm.
mechanical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do we avoid that upon exiting the body? How do we avoid that magnetic pull of the moon?
Mm. We just have to know the other destination.
Mhm. What is that other destination? Visualizing it, feeling it, sensing it, remembering it.
The only thing that's real. Yeah, it has a stronger pull than the moon destination.
What is the feeling of it in comparison to the moon, the pull of the moon?
Just real. Like you said, with the false beings, with that kind of agitated vibration feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The real one is more of a pulse. Like a slow heartbeat. Pulse.
So instead of that like agitated, scattered feeling of the false light, it feels more real and slow, like a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything you're noticing, Karen?
Yeah, I just feel like when I get pulled towards the moon energy, I get a feel of that static. It's like a static energy. And then it's like going towards like what we, home, whatever that is to us. It doesn't feel, it feels like a really smooth road.
Okay. Very good.